What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. With me, as always, is Mr. Super Gibby himself. And
Yo.
today, we got Ben DeHaan from Maryland Man Free Friends on the show.
Yo, what's
Ben,
up?
how's it going, man?
Can't complain over here. How about yourself?
It's not too bad. I find myself often asking like stupid questions about the weather, and I was looking because it's super shitty here right now. It's
Oh,
like
for real?
I guess I haven't left the house today. Today was a nice, easy at home work day, but it looks nice out there. I can see kind of out your window, and it looks kind of nice out there.
It's beautiful, actually. For
Oh,
once, we have a beautiful Maryland day. I mean, you never really know what you're gonna get out here, but it is one of those nice days. Perfect, actually, out there right now.
right on. That's good. See, I'm like I said, it looks nice and bright and and sunny, and it kind of makes me a little jealous. Gibby, what is so I was thinking about this earlier because my wife always watches the news. The mo- I f- I dislike the news. It just makes me sad.
Likewise, yeah.
But but I walked in, the news was on. It was the weather, and Texas has just been getting just fucking shit weather, shitstorm. What are you safe, buddy? Are you
Uh,
okay?
Unfortunately, I am because I have to go to work still. So the weather hasn't been that bad where they haven't canceled my job.
Well, I mean, I don't think they'll ever cancel
Yeah,
Target,
to be
unfortunately.
fair. But all like the storms and stuff, like all the bad stuff is like 2 hours or so like west of us. Like the most
Okay,
we got some like heavy rain and like a little bit of winds, but that was
okay,
about it.
well, that's
Like
good because there's been like
last week.
tornadoes and shit down there, hasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Like
it's
just
all been like
crazy.
Houston, like two, like maybe like 2-ish hours. It's all been like Houston stuff. But Allie drove home like on the day it got back because like she gets her nails and lashes done in Houston,
Okay,
and she was like her 2 hour drive turned into like a 4 hour drive between just trees like being knocked over on the road, so she had to stop,
dude.
and they were at a standstill for a while, and then after that, there was like a few more trees, but like by the time she got to those other trees, they were already clearing them out. And then just between accidents, it was just a nightmare. I'm glad she made it here safe because that sounds crazy.
She needs to find a local safe nail and lash place.
Nah, if you see the work they do, I understand why she goes to them.
2 hours, 2 hour
That's
drive
wild.
each way.
Yeah,
You
two
know,
hours. Well, it's like an hour 45,
I
depending where
mean,
she's going. But
I mean, I
still,
drive an hour for. I've had my hair cut by the same person for 20 years, so I drive an hour both ways for my barber.
sure. You know,
Yeah,
I get
but
that.
I only see him like 3 times a year at this point, maybe.
Well, I mean, you and like Gibby, you and Ben are like battling for the hair supremacy right now. It
Oh,
looks like, but
I don't think
I
we're
mean,
battling.
Gibby's fucking winning. Gibby's winning, but
See, mine's a little curly though. Like it's funny because like
I wish
when
I
I
had
do get it
curls.
cut, he's always like, "Nah, man, it's like past your shoulders. You don't realize because I always think it's longer after I get it
okay.
trimmed up." And he's like, "It's because your hair curls up when it gets longer, but apparently it's like longer than my shoulders. I don't know. I have no
I
idea. I'm gonna shave it
I'm a
off.
little jealous. I don't think I haven't had hair in like 20 years. So
That's less to deal with.
I wish I had that to deal with. But I guess I do have this nice luscious beard. So,
Yeah, you got the
you
beard.
know,
Yeah,
got to pick your
beautiful.
battles, I guess.
Yeah, man, for
and
sure.
and on like that chat, I know everybody loves when I talk about that sort of stuff instead of the music. But we'll start out, Ben. You just released your newest EP, Sweet Nothing, on May 1st. How's the response been for the album?
It's been great. I mean, I like it's already got more streams than anything else that we've ever put out. I mean, I think it's about to hit 400,000 streams total, and um, like New Nostalgia and Blank Check are both. New Nostalgia, the first one is under 300,000. Blank Check is under 350. So I mean, like it's just crazy for it to already have surpassed both of those. And it's cool, you know, it's our first EP as Free Friends.
Hmm.
You know, it really, it's the first one that just feels like the three of us. Um, Obviously, because like the other two were released under the name Bendahan and
Right.
all that stuff.
Yeah. I think
But
like I think the EP is great.
thank you, thank you. Um, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, like, and we do plan on rolling it into. Well, I mean, we already have the full length recorded, so that's
Okay.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is that going to like have these songs in it, or is it like a new full length set apart from this?
Yeah, I mean, it'll have these songs in it, but it's
Okay.
gonna have a bunch of more songs. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
That's
No, the
awesome.
EP is so
It'll be
good.
my.
We're putting it out twice.
I
Yeah, you know,
mean,
man.
I've
Gotta
been
play the
there.
game, you know.
I've played that game in two different bands, so I get it. I get it.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you just want you want to make the songs count, especially like when you know they're good songs, and you know we
Hmm.
want to give them every opportunity to be heard, and especially like with the, you know, I put a lot of thought into like track order, and like with the full length there'll be you know, we have segues and all that stuff built in, and I think it's important to hear it all as a concept.
Hmm.
You know, because that's kind of what an album is, at least to me. And yeah, so it'll.
Right.
It's kind of like if you listen to Sweet Nothing, it's like it starts out shitty and it ends kind of like hopeful.
Yeah,
That
the
was my
theme of it.
intention. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So on the EP, 4 of the 5 songs feature artists from like honestly some of my favorite bands like Makeout, Nick Thompson from Hit the Lights, Maggie from
Yep.
Glimmers, and Sucker Punch. My question is, what's your favorite part of collaborating with other artists? Because that's a stacked lineup of artists to be collaborating with.
Honestly,
Totally.
like it's quickly becoming like one of my favorite parts of doing music. Period. I mean, because like the people that like we've worked with, they're all professionals, and I just, you know, I mean, like I can't emphasize enough like how generous, like I like, for example, Nick from Hit the Lights. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like what a like
he's a beautiful
genuinely
human. Beautiful.
great person, you know? Yeah, through and
Hmm.
through. Like just like a kind, like funny, awesome dude. Like, I mean, like,
Hmm.
you know, he came out and shot the video for with us. We came down to Myrtle Beach, you know, to do it near
Sure.
him, but you know, he came out 2 days, and like he didn't, like he was just like one of us. Like he didn't ask for anything, or you know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
No,
then
he's
like,
super nice guy.
you know, I mean, Maggie was perfect. I mean, like everything she did was, you know, spot on, and you know, I mean, like just a professional. I mean, it was great. Um, it's Sucker Punch are like our best friends at this point. Like, um, I text with those guys every day. Yeah, they're great. I love those guys.
Oh
We're
yeah.
getting ready to announce some tour dates with them. Um,
Ooh.
I mean, same thing with
Exciting.
Kyle. Makeout. Him and I text like every day. It's just like him. It, it's just really been great to. In the past, I'd never done collabs or anything like that before. Well, nothing like every track on a collab, you know.
Right.
And in the modern like industry, you know, as an up and comer, it's a great way to, I don't know, be more creative and obviously gain more exposure for both parties involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
You both have that opportunity to be pushing and promoting the same product to each of your fans, So like with like as Sucker Punch, for example, like their fans may have never heard of
yeah,
Free Friends
yeah.
yet, but now they do, and same goes for Sucker Punch.
We've had a crazy beneficial crossover, like for both of us. Like
Hmm.
it seems like our fans both like the other bands. So yeah, we have a lot of Punch fans now. So I think that's what it seems like in the messages.
Heck
Um,
yeah. Yeah, Sucker Punch is great. We love working with them and yeah, and Glimmers and Nick and I
yeah.
mean, like they're like, everyone you have on this EP that are awesome. Just great people.
Yep. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Also, it was great working with Jack, the underdog. He was one of the nicest
Yeah,
people I've ever met. Also, it's just crazy.
he's a
Like
good dude too.
the people that are up and comers are good people, and that makes me happy. You know, like because
Hmm.
I genuinely have nothing negative to say. I only have had very good experiences. Yeah.
Heck yeah. So I'm gonna be bouncing around here, Gibby, because I put something like way lower than I think it should be. But so we're talking about like Free Friends in this beat, your first like EP as Free Friends. One thing that sets Free Friends apart is that Lauren plays the cello.
Yeah.
How do you feel that impacts your music compared to the more traditional bass guitar?
Well, I mean, we definitely we have bass on our stuff
Well,
as
right.
well. Um, so yeah, I mean, it requires it requires some thought for sure. Yeah, I mean, because you can't have bass and cello competing, and it's not
Right.
like you know with Yellow Card, like they have violin. They're two totally different kind of sonics. So like
Hmm.
we've just had to be creative with it. And I'm actually like, you know, with some of the newer stuff that we're doing, I'm wanting to like push cello more as a centerpiece, even
Hmm.
while not losing the drive. Because like our stuff has been getting like progressively kind of like more and more, I guess, I don't know if I would say like maybe energetic.
Sure.
Yeah,
Up tempo.
yeah. And the newer stuff, like we're dropping one next week with actually featuring Zach from When the Sun Sets.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
Love those guys.
Yeah.
yeah. Again, another perfect example of
Hmm.
sweethearts. Yeah. So that one is gonna be, you know, I mean, it's just like a pop punk banger, kind of like, I mean, just not really. There's not really any like slowness to it, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, no, I'm. We're also recording a new one this weekend that like I have kind of worked on with Lauren, like having cello be like the centerpiece of and built around it. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm
Right
excited
on.
about that. Yeah.
That sounds cool. I mean, I think cello is a really fantastic instrument. I think especially in like when you're putting it in like, you have it in more symphonic areas in of music. It's such a heavy instrument and like
Mhm.
can bring out such emotion. So,
Like the self-titled used album. I mean, they
yeah.
like the what song is it? Like there's a song at the end. It ends with cello, and it literally to this like it gives me goosebumps. Like
Hmm.
I don't know if you know it or can think of the song, but like yeah, yeah.
I don't know what song it is but I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, yeah. No. we kind of just ran with it. It was never a plan to have cello or to play music together. Even I didn't even know that she did play cello for the first 6 months that we were together.
Okay.
Um, her mom just dropped it off during COVID, and yeah. I was like, hey, why is there a cello here? And she was like, I play cello,
Huh?
or I guess my mom must have dropped it off. It turned out she was like a pretty serious cellist. Like,
That's awesome.
it just never told me. I was like, well, I mean, like, let's play some music, like, you
Yeah,
know.
that's crazy.
So
That's like, I feel like that's like something you like if she knows like knew you were a musician, you would feel like that's something
Well,
like
that would have
if
been
we were
something that
living
got brought
together,
up.
that's almost like day one conversation.
I don't know why she's
Yeah.
you know, she didn't want to.
Mm,
I have to ask her, but like
yeah,
I think she says like typically in response to that is that like she didn't want she was like just shy or something, or I don't
sure.
know.
That I mean that
It
makes
would
sense
seem like
too.
that, wouldn't it? Though, like I would bring it up if
Yeah,
you
I
know.
mean like, oh yeah, check me out. I mean, we're boys, though. Like we are like we're like, oh yeah, I check out what I do. Yeah, check out what I
I'm
do.
cool. I'm cool. Yeah.
Look at how cool I am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Uh, but yeah, so it's taken a long time to like deconstruct like her actual proper way of learning an instrument. And I mean, but like, it's been interesting actually.
Sure.
I mean, her and I like now. I mean, she can finish my son. Like she know we write so well together. Obviously, I mean, I've never been married to a band partner mate before.
Yep. Sure.
But
Makes sense.
in the beginning, like it was she was really used to reading off of sheet music and all that stuff, and I was just like, no, and like let's just go back and forth. And then now we've definitely cultivated like our own kind of process, you know.
Yeah, I'll bet that would be a different process to go from, especially if you're like um a serious
Classical.
like classically trained, you're going to be reading off of sheet music and then to go and then, unclassically trained band people like
Yeah.
who are the 90% of band people
Yeah.
are like, no, I don't even know how to read music. Let's just jam.
I say go da 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 da. Yeah, just like I
Yeah.
don't
I
know
played the
what
3,
notes are
the 5, the 9.
they.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I could
Yep.
tab it out for you.
Yeah, you could read tab, right, hon? Can you read tab? No.
I don't know if there is cello tab. I mean, there
I'm
probably
sure there's
is.
something similar. There
Probably is.
has to be.
That's
Oh,
But
I don't know, man. I mean, to play cello and stuff, unless you're like a prodigy, like you're learning in school,
yeah.
Mhm.
or like you're learning from someone.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
obviously there are those like prodigies out there that just pick something up and are like, "Hey, look at how good I am." But
yeah,
yeah, not most people.
yeah. For me,
Yeah.
it's always been about like the writing. You know, I mean, like I always gravitated towards songwriting. I've never been like I'm never gonna be like a Eddie Van Halen or like a
Right.
crazy
No,
technical guitarist, which would
totally.
be
Feel
dope.
that.
But like, I don't know. I mean, I just I always was fascinated more by the like the Jimmy Eat Worlds
Mhm.
of the
The like
world.
the art of writing music and not just being able to shred because shred is like
Shredding is awesome.
shredding's like math, man.
Yep.
Like that's like math to me. Like
Yeah.
I can't solo. I can't do anything like that. That's just crazy, man. I wish I could because it's fucking awesome as hell, but like
Yeah. Like some Dragon
it's
Force.
yeah, I mean that's a whole different classification of art, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
math art. Math art.
And they talk in their own language also, right? I mean, it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I was just
it's
doing a little mealy, and then yeah. I got you.
So yeah, I mean it's cool because like I actually part of what I do is like I I get to help a lot of people across the country learn how to write, learn how to produce, and uh, sing properly. Obviously, like guitar as well, but like it usually ends up turning into some type of like songwriting and production, which has been really cool. It's been a really cool experience for me,
Awesome.
and growing. Yeah.
So you were originally releasing music as Ben DeHaan before changing your name to Free Friends almost a year ago to the day. Which what made you decide to go from solo artist to full band?
It's really like a decision that I knew had to happen, and I kept pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. Because like the style of music that we were starting to make, like it just did not feel when you hear Ben DeHaan or I think anybody's name that's playing like that, like you think of like I don't know, like a singer songwriter,
Right.
um,
Right.
Totally.
like Vance Joy, and it's not my name's not even that cool, like so like um, but yeah, I mean it just wasn't really the style, and then like yeah, me and well when we met Gil, that was it. Like I was like, okay, well we had already like picked out a band name on the way home from recording Taking Time, Worry Free, and Save Me.
Okay.
We picked out Free Friends, and then we met Gil, who, by the way, I mean, like he had just we needed a drummer for a Boston show, and he messaged us or I think he messaged us on TikTok or something, and I was like, okay, can you send me some videos of you playing the song? And and he did. I was like, that sounds good. And can you come up on these dates? And he did. He just learned a set, and then we played the set. Went great. Like it felt like the band for the first time, and that was it. I was just like, the three of us, I mean, me and Lauren were like, yeah, we want Gil in the band, and we want to be Free Friends. So that's what we're gonna do.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like you don't typically hear like any variation of like rock type music with like a person's name. At least not that I could come up with offhand.
Yeah, I mean they have like
But
monikers, right? I mean,
right.
Machine Gun Kelly, but that's not actually his name, right?
Well,
Yeah.
and to be fair, he was a hip hop artist as well. Like so that's a little bit different. I feel because it's like he already established himself as like as a hip hop artist who you know like you can go by just your name or some sort of moniker like that. And then so like
I
machine
don't want
and
to do that.
obviously his real name isn't Machine Gun Kelly. So
I
The
I
only
enjoy
artist
being a
that
part of
comes to
it.
mind is Daughtry,
okay,
because that's
yeah,
his last name, Chris Daughtry.
true,
That's the only one that
true,
comes to mind.
true,
True
dude.
that. Yeah,
That
that
makes
is true.
sense. Or obviously like Hootie, because
Dude,
that's his real
Hootie and the
name.
Blowfish.
Yeah, that's his real name. Hootie Rucker. Yeah. Because he never got sick of that. But yeah, no, I mean it makes a lot of sense. Um, so you also were in a band in the early 2000s. You kind of brought up Warp Tour called American Diary, and yeah, you had the opportunity to play Warp Tour. What made you like? What was the choice behind like being done with that band and transitioning to eventually starting up again?
That was a long, that's a long stretch of time, in between there. But yeah, well, you know, what, I was probably 20 years old. We toured out to California, toured out to Pomona, so that was like a month long out to Pomona, and then we
Hmm.
did like 2 loops of the country. Then we did 2 tours after, directly after. So it was like 4 or 5 months straight, and I was like totally burnt out. I had a falling out with, um, my Brandon, the singer of the band, and um, him and I pretty much wrote all the stuff, and
Sure.
I also, my girlfriend and I, like, of 3 plus years, uh ended, like, I kind of had like a little bit of a crisis. That I was just like totally burnt out, and so I thought, um some time, like, I thought that, like, going back to school, I thought that, like, having a quote unquote normal life would be easier for me. um so I tried that for longer than I'd like to admit, because like, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with it, but like, it's like,
It's not for
I
everybody.
I like the it's, I think the universe punishes me when, like, I veer away from music. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I tried to not play music because it is very, it's a hard thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's a hard path. It's definitely like the hardest path. Um well, that's not true. I'm
It's a
contradicting
it's a
myself.
it's a very hard path. Like, that's one of the things we talk about that all the time. Like, the trying to be a career musician is one of the more difficult paths you could choose,
Yeah.
if, like, for a career path.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not for everybody.
Certainly, certainly not. No. And in between there, I mean, like, that that is one reason why I'm so grateful to have Lauren, and she's been there since the beginning of Free Friends, and like, she totally, I mean, man, she is like such a driving force behind this. Like, every person in all three of us, like, bring her salt. I mean, and that's why I like being a part of, like, I don't know, like, a team. Like, we're,
Yeah.
rather than just Ben DeHaan, like, and like, I'm also like, I don't know, like, I don't need all that, the attention, like, just on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
No,
like a
for sure.
collaboration. Um,
Mhm.
so I'm grateful to have that, like, because, like, I did miss that on the road, I remember. But yeah, so I mean, I went back to school. I got a, degree, and I was in sales for many years, and like, yeah, I mean, I felt really just bad about myself. I just felt like I would look at my guitar and, like, be like, what the hell am I doing? Like, is it just like gathering dust, and what am I doing with my life? And yeah, I don't know. So I guess the year that I met Lauren, the year leading up to that, I caught some type of, like, creative bug, and I was just writing and writing and writing again. It was, like a snowball kind of effect. And um, oddly enough, then American Diary reached out, like, because, like, they wanted to record again, get into the studio with, like, Matt Squire.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, we could do that. And my boss gave me an ultimatum. I remember he said, well, if you go do that, like, you can just not come back. And then I was just like, all right.
I know that you would like to take some time off from work, for personal things, but you can fuck yourself. Like,
Yeah.
that's wild, man. Like,
No,
the
yeah.
job the job industry today is insane. Like
Yep.
you're not supposed to be able to have like a life outside of work anymore.
Nope.
Like that's why I left my job as well, because I can't fucking do it. Like fuck you guys.
Yeah, you gotta leave after the boss, but like, I mean, and it's just like, okay, I mean, like, but they don't have, they live here, like, and also like, I get this on the weekends, like, get it on snow days, like, it's just they really exactly what you just said. It was like really bad for my mental health. I mean, that's
Yeah,
putting it
totally.
lightly. Um, so I was just like, fuck it, man. I only have one life, as cheesy as that sounds, and I don't want to be. I don't want to have regrets, you know. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go all in, and that's what I've been doing for about 2 months before COVID. And all of this happened, by the way, I think in the first 2 weeks of me knowing Lauren. So it's, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. She's still around though, you know? She's of the
Well,
earth.
that
Thick as thieves.
you gotta have that partner that believes in you. Gibby's got that. I've got that. I mean, fuck. I've told many people in any interview I've ever done, like where I'm on like somebody else's show or something, like my wife is the reason Unsigned Pop Punk exists. It is because of her and her like
Yeah.
uh her support in believing in me and like helping me get out of a dead end job that I hated. I
Yeah.
hated my life. I hated getting up and going to work. Like I you know, I literally like would drive to work thinking maybe today's the day I crash my car into a tree.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to die. I don't want to die, but I
I
would
know
rather go
exactly
to
what
the
you're saying.
hospital.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to the
Yeah.
hospital and like not have to go to work. Like that's how bad it was. And if anybody, like, just throwing this out there, if anybody listening and you fucking feel that way, get the fuck out of your job. Fucking get out. Find something else. No one should feel that way. That means your job, your company is killing you, and it will if you let it.
So fucking, it's so true, man. Because what you just said was so relatable. It's like I remember being on like business trips and like on an airplane. I remember thinking like I don't care if this plane crashes right now. Like it's
Right,
crazy, right?
dude, dude.
Like I
That like
legit was like, I mean, like this is kind of there's some kind of freedom in this because like I just don't care, but like it's also not real freedom, you know? Like it's
right. Well,
not
it's
good.
the like that's just the thing. Like I said, if you feel that strongly in your like in your job, in your profession, that where you are at any point thinking about how you could hurt yourself to not
Get
fucking
out.
have to go to work,
Yeah.
that's a really big red flag. And that just means you got to go.
There are other ways, and I mean, there are people figuring it out because
Mm.
they COVID happened, and they were like, I don't want to be miserable anymore, you know.
Right.
So congratulations to you for getting out of that, and I couldn't agree with you more. I don't know how I would do this, or you know, without my wife either. Yeah, I mean, like she is the driving force. But yeah, yeah, if you're doing that and you're that miserable, don't do it. There's definitely
Get
something better
out.
you could be doing.
There's always something different you can be doing for sure. It doesn't even always have to be like you don't have to like have like the perfect job, but you can find
No,
something else, that
I
doesn't
think
make
I'd
you want
rather
to hurt
build
yourself.
shit. You know, like I'd
Yeah,
rather work with my hands at least than do
right,
some corporate. Ugh, I can't even. Yeah,
right.
So I feel like this little conversation might actually be a little good, like a segue into like this last question before we hit a break. It's a question we ask every episode. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting your journey, what would it be?
On music?
Yeah.
Music, like just anything. Like
Yeah.
it could
Music,
be
life,
quit that
whatever.
job.
Okay,
It
yeah.
could
I
be
mean,
anything.
Quit
I
that
think
job, marry that woman, whatever.
yeah,
Marry
yeah.
that man, whatever.
Just fucking do it. Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, it would be like, okay, I'll frame it this way. If I could go back to being 22 years old and like talk to myself, I would say, hey, I know that like, you're burnt out and like shit sucks right now, and you think it's gonna be easier, or like you want to give up, but like just take some time for yourself and then come back to it. Do not like just don't settle down. I mean, like, so don't do things to please other people. Like, I
Right.
wanted to do check all these boxes, for my dad or whatever, like, because like I thought that was the right way of doing things, and you just gotta like listen to yourself because you know what the right things are for you, and be consistent, and do it over a long enough period of time, and believe through the shitstorms that it will work. Yeah. And yeah, we're all young. Yeah. I mean, like, it's all going to be good. And it's not all that important either.
Yeah.
We're,
I
we're
mean,
just, we're just, but yeah, if you do ever need somebody to talk to or want to reach out, there's an open door policy on our end. So feel free to message.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, and band wise, I've also been in that same position. I had a girlfriend, and I was like, that band was ending, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have a normal life, and it sucked, and I hated it. It was miserable, you
You
know.
get mad at music almost. It's interesting, or I did at least. Not mad at it, but I was like jaded, definitely. So
Yeah, it's
you, especially with the girl thing. If you tie that in, and you're heartbroken too.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't do that. Just follow your heart, man. Wherever that leads you, follow your heart. That's what you gotta do, and like, don't like it's tough because it's like your gut can tell you something, right? Uh, there's multiple different things always screaming at you. You got your brain, you got your groins, you got your tummy, and you got your heart. You know,
yeah,
your brain's gonna fuck with you, right? Because
yeah.
that's controlling all of them. So it doesn't really know what it wants. Your heart does. Your heart knows what it wants. Your stomach is like scared.
Yeah.
Don't worry about. It's okay to be scared. Don't worry about the scared. And your groin,
That's true.
that's just trouble. Don't listen to that. Listen to your heart.
Yeah, you're making too much sense. That's funny. That's funny.
Right on. All
It's
right.
true. Yeah, yeah.
And with
Because
that,
your stomach's gonna be gag. Good. Sorry.
and with that bit of delicious knowledge I sent your way, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next segment. What's up, friends? We're super stoked to tell you that we just partnered with G Fuel. And let me tell you, there is no more pop punk beverage on the market right now than G Fuel. G Fuel keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code Unsigned Pop Punk, you're gonna save 20% off your entire order. You can get it in the tub form and have 40 freaking servings of flavors like Rick and Morty's Unstable Portal Fluid, which is a delicious strawberry limeade, or get something in the can form like Sonic's Peach Rings or Crash Bandicoot's Wumpa Fruit. Go to gfuel.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code Unsigned pop punk to save 20%. It's a heck of a deal, man.
And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around. We're hopping into our next segment, probably everybody's favorite segment, the food for thought segment, because who doesn't love talking about food?
Dude,
So,
Gibby, though, before you get that first question, you did miss out on one of the previous episodes because we were
I
just
did.
talking about Australia, and oh boy, did I have a lot of fun Australian food questions.
that sound, I wish I would have. I'm so bummed I missed that episode.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's my
All
bad
right.
because I don't understand how time works, apparently. So,
Okay.
one thing I just want to throw this out there. You may not know, I was on Reddit looking for some food stuff to bring up, and I need you to, do you know what lemon and peppermint sticks are?
Well,
From my understanding, from my Googling, from my research, it was just half a lemon with a peppermint stick in it.
And he found this all over the Maryland subreddit.
Yeah,
So
it was
you guys,
all like that's
y'all
all
are
they were
doing
talking
something over
about.
there.
lemon and peppermint sticks. Oh, I'm gonna get shit for not knowing that. Maybe.
Because it like literally, it seems like it was only like from what I've seen, it's like only like a Baltimore thing. But
So,
like,
oh damn! Nah, I
so
mean like
it's
crabs.
a lemon, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Like
like a full lemon just
Yeah.
cut in half,
Yeah.
and with
Okay.
one of those like long peppermint sticks just in the middle of it.
So
Oh,
what do
man, I'm
like?
gonna get so much shit.
I don't know
And
how
then
to
you,
eat it. I want to know how to eat it. I don't know what it is, but I just want to try it. But I'm so confused on how to eat it because it's not skin. It's like they just literally took the lemon, chopped it, put a peppermint stick in it, and it looks like a giant lemon lollipop with a peppermint stick you're holding.
Oh my god.
all right, I'm Googling. How do you eat lemon and peppermint stick? Yeah, okay. Dude, this is weird. Like, I just Googled it real quick, and there's like an image, and yeah, it is a fucking just a peppermint, stick
Yeah, I've never had one of these.
shoved into a lemon.
Yeah, when I
Okay,
type in lemon and peppermint stick, like the first, like other
It
than
says
like a
Baltimore,
recipe.
yeah.
okay. Check this out. All right, it explained it right at the top. Okay, so this is what you do. So Ben, get yourself a lemon and peppermint stick. You're gonna wanna do this obviously to fit in with your countrymen.
Baltimoreans, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so most eaters hold the lemon base and start by sucking on the peppermint stick. As it begins to melt away, the porous stick acts as a straw, allowing the eater to sip the juice.
This is so crazy. I've never heard about this.
I, I, but why would you want to drink straight up lemon juice?
That's what
Out of a
I'm
peppermint. I
saying.
don't know. It's just like I don't like I can't believe there's something like this big with Baltimore that I don't know about.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
like if you just type in lemon and peppermint stick on Google, the first
Just
thing that pops up for me is a recipe. And then after that, it's the Maryland subreddit saying, I don't get it. Am I missing something? And it's
Yeah.
a picture of lemons and peppermint sticks.
This
Yeah.
is Baltimore lemon sticks. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It says, what is a lemon and peppermint stick called? It's also known as Baltimore lemon stick or flour mart lemon peppermint stick.
I mean, like, I
That's
don't
wild.
even know. Like, I mean, I don't.
Y'all are wild over there.
No
Okay,
comment.
you're doing something weird.
We are wild for sure. Like, no doubt.
Just
But,
sucking
like,
on lemon juice over there.
this is a new one. I'm gonna have to do some research.
I mean, I wonder if like the
I don't
the
get it.
crazy sourness of a lemon, like, and like the intenseness of peppermint, like
They,
are like go really good together. Maybe. I mean, it must, in order for like a thing to be happening like this, but Wild. Okay.
I
Well,
just saw
let's.
the Reddit.
You saw the post?
I don't get it. Am I missing something?
Yep,
Reddit,
that's
Maryland?
literally like the first thing other than the recipe that pops up.
Yeah.
That's great. I
Ooh.
love that you keep saying that there's a recipe. You don't. It's one step. Take peppermint stick, smash into lemon. I guess 2 steps. Cut lemon in half.
It's funny because it's like this like recipe site. It's like which it start like it goes like, let me see, how to eat a lemon stick, what you'll need, how to make lemon sticks.
Lemon peppermint stick. this shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah,
I want to
can't.
know whose the bright idea it was to like they chopped the lemon in half. I was like, a peppermint stick would be good in there.
Yeah, I'll bet this fucks. Like boy,
Hey, it took off. It took off.
it apparently did. Apparently did. All right. So
I mean, that seems like a Baltimore thing. Yeah, go ahead.
along with the lemon and peppermint sticks, Maryland is also known for having some of the best seafood in the country, right?
Yes,
If
sir.
you have a band or friend or just an acquaintance coming through the area that has never been to Baltimore or just Maryland in general, in your personal opinion, like so your choice, where is a must stop food shop that they need to go to?
Oh God.
And I guess it doesn't have to be seafood, but that's a popular spot.
Yeah, I mean, I like Crab Galley. But I mean, like that's a local place by me. I like their crabs. I don't know. I mean, like Phillips. Phillips is good, I guess. Uh, oh yeah, there's a place over the bridge. There's a place called the Crab Deck. Crab Deck. Yeah, Crab
Okay.
Deck is good.
All right.
Um, yeah. I mean, I actually like have not been going out to. If you would have asked me 2 years ago, like I would have known like all the. I used to go to like
What was
nice
your place 2
restaurants.
years ago?
Two,
What was
three,
your
four
go-to
years
then?
ago. Well, Lauren and I met at the Hideaway, and
Okay.
that's a great spot.
There you go.
Hideaway's good. Yeah, I mean, like, I need to get out more.
That's fair.
Honestly, man, I like, yeah, I I need to get out to restaurants more because I'm just trying to. It might be too involved in music at this point.
I
That's fair.
listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts, and it seems like a place in Baltimore called a Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
Oh yeah,
Always,
Jimmy's. Yeah, Jimmy's is great. Yeah, Don
yeah,
Dog.
they're always like a sponsor for like every single wrestling
Yep.
podcast I listen
Yeah.
to. I feel like so
Yeah.
I'm like it's a place I want to go to now.
I need to catch back up on wrestling, by the way. But
Oh,
yeah, Jimmy's
oh.
is great. Jimmy's is good. Squire's Pizza, yeah, Jimmy's.
You don't want to
Well,
get me on the wrestling talk. We'll
no,
never get off
we could
this.
talk about it for a long time. Yeah. We had even thrown around talking about starting like a pop punk and wrestling podcast. So
I love that as a thing. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's just yeah. I mean, I used to be obsessed when I was a kid, or I mean, like up until I haven't been watching for the past probably like 10 years or so, but I miss it, so I'm trying to get back into it.
See, now I feel like the last like couple years is like the best time to get into it right now. Like it,
Yeah, I
like
mean-
WWE is as hot as it's ever been. I feel
I've
like.
heard, yeah.
So, that's a hot take. But it's fine. WWE has been fine, and it's a really easy one to like be able to get back into because all you need is Peacock, and it's like $5. So everything's on Peacock right now. If you want to try and watch AEW, that is significantly more difficult.
Like, what do they have? Like, do they have like Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, it's
Like-
still Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And
that
then
gets
all
me
the
excited
pay-per-view.
just even hearing
And then all the
that.
pay-per-views on
Yeah,
Tuesdays,
all
they
the
have
pay-per-views are
NXT.
on. Yeah, all the pay-per-views are on Peacock and stuff, so you don't got to pay like for
Yeah, if you have
I don't have
Peacock,
to
you
have
get
30
access.
friends over.
No, no,
It's
you
just
just gotta
whenever you
have
pay for
Peacock.
Peacock, you could watch all like the pay-per-views for free, basically.
You guys
Yep.
remember that? Did you guys do that? You have like a
Oh
bunch of
yeah.
friends over and like you all chip in for like the
Yep.
Royal Rumble
Oh,
or Hell in a Cell.
100%.
WrestleMania, all the
Yeah,
homies always
yeah.
came over for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Mhm.
WrestleMania and Royal Rumble were like the two biggest like nights at the homies because we just Royal Rumble we'd always like do a thing where we just like put in money and then like drew like a little lottery card, and like if your number won the Rumble, you won the money.
Oh, that's dope.
Nice. That's cool. Well,
So
we got
before
a few.
we
Yeah.
oh, go for it. I was
I
gonna
was
say
just
before
say
we just go completely off the rail,
yeah.
we have a couple
Let's
more
say-
food questions.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But
So
they aren't restaurant like oriented. They're just
Yeah.
they're just native to your area.
hopefully, so again, found this on Reddit. And it seems like there was a very
hope I know this one.
controversial conversation happening on this one Reddit post I saw between. Do you know what a snowball is?
Yeah.
Okay, is it the same thing as a snow cone?
I mean, more or less. I mean, like
Oh.
snowball is just like a big chunk of ice with like
Well, he's gonna get some fighting people.
Oh.
flavoring.
I'm gonna clip this and post it on the Maryland subreddit because people are like,
Dude,
they were like,
you
absolutely
should. That would
not.
be so funny. That would be so fucking funny. Just really just. Oh, what's that son of a bitch?
I'm gonna get so much
Because
shit.
there was some heated like.
Where
Yeah,
you
Maryland
live,
loves
bro?
the snowballs.
Bro.
Yeah.
Where you live, bro?
Like there were some heated conversations about that a snowball's not the same as a snow cone.
Yeah, right. So like it's like a snow cone is like in a cup, right? And it's like a lot more food.
So
Like
a snow cone,
flavoring.
in theory is just like a little paper cone.
Yeah.
You know, not that big.
Yeah.
Shaved ice.
Yeah.
And flavoring.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what is a snowball?
Hold on. Y'all are fucking.
Because that's a snow cone. So what's a
Yeah,
snowball?
this is like diehard Baltimore stuff. I don't know. I mean, shit. Snow. I do know that. You know, we like our snow.
Does it?
People
So
in Baltimore love snow cones, snowballs, whatever you want to call
does
it.
the snow? Does the is the snowball right? Is it shaved ice?
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, it's just unflavored shaved ice. That's some sort. You pick what kind of flavor like thing goes on it.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
sauce thing, right?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. And then is it put into a cup
Like
or a cone?
Yeah, like a cone. Yeah.
Yeah. So like a snow
Sounds like
cone.
a snow cone to me.
I'm just curious. I was just curious.
We're not.
Well,
We're not
but you can
missing
also
we're
get a-
missing Reddit here.
I'm just asking questions. Reddit, come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip this whole part out later.
Man,
Just
I'm
be
0 for
like,
2.
look,
I'm 0 for 2 here.
That's so funny though.
We did used to go get snow cones in middle school. I remember. Yeah, we would walk a couple blocks down the street at lunch. I remember. There's a.
all right, I'm gonna read you this. Like, this is where this question came from. I'm gonna read you this comment from Reddit 3 years ago. It says, everyone from outside Maryland thinks that snowballs and shaved ice are the same. No. ... They are not the same. Snowballs use chipped, crunchy ice instead of slushy, half-melted shave ice. Also, true Baltimore snowball uses cold kiss flavors. Everything else is just imitation egg custard with marshmallow is a lifestyle.
Okay, so I also just looked up, just Googled, snowball versus snow cone. A snowball is finally, it says it finely shaved ice, that has a light, fluffy snow-like consistency. That's the snowball. So it's like, like a snowball. Because it allows the ice to absorb the flavor better. Snow cone is finely crushed ice that is crunchy and consists of large granules. I think people are being just very
they are different,
picky.
actually. I if we're talking about that, okay, like I just Google the images. They are actually okay. Yeah, I know.
The
I
texture
mean, it
looks a
does.
little different, but
Yeah, I
overall,
mean,
They
same
taste
same
different
concept.
too, actually.
yeah, it's like the thing is I guess like we could look at it, like it's the same concept, slightly different. They ain't fighting words, right? Like we're being petty. People being petty, okay?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, for sure.
it's just a cold treat.
Yeah. I mean, like, I have not put that much thought into it, honestly.
No.
Yeah.
But everybody like fights on the internet, about anything they can fight on the internet about.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately.
speaking of fighting on the internet, Ben,
Yeah.
we got another question for you.
What's up?
So now I was researching, but I was just researching on Google. I didn't go deep into Reddit. That's where you're gonna find that crazy stuff and the
Yeah.
crazy fightings.
Yeah.
So when I was researching, one of the number one foods that popped up all the time was the Smith Island layer cake.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
What makes that so special and set apart from other cakes?
Oh, it's just fucking delicious.
But isn't just cake delicious?
It's like 12 layers of like um Smith Island cake. Like it's layered on top of each other with like fudge in the middle. Like I it's hard to explain. Like it's really delicious.
No,
Like
honestly,
really
like looking, I
It
like
does
to
look
just
delicious.
it does look delicious, and it's obviously significantly different than a normal cake. I just like to poke. But it because yeah, it's like a whole bunch of layers. It's almost equal part frosting or fudge or whatever
yeah.
you're using. Like the cake to fudge ratio is like 50-50. Like
Yeah.
it is very decadent looking.
It is very decadent. It is. Have you ever had burger cookies?
Excuse me,
A
burger
burger
cookies?
cookie?
Yeah.
No, what's a
It's a
burger cookie?
Baltimore. It's a Baltimore thing too.
No shit.
It's like the most unhealthy thing that tastes amazing.
Oh,
That you could ever probably eat.
So I don't think this is the same thing, but it just kind of looks like those like sugar cookies I get from Walmart.
No, it's
Like with the pink with like the frosting on top. Like
yeah, Bergers. Yeah, I know they look not that bad, but they are so bad. And they're so delicious. They're so
it
delicious.
looks good, man.
it looks good.
They are.
I mean,
yeah,
I'd fuck with it.
They are very good. Very good.
All right, Gibby, hit him with that. Hit him with that last special question.
All right. So this last question has basically become a staple of the podcast because it's just such a good question.
Mhm.
If Free Friends was a potato, what kind of potato would it be?
Oh, God, why do I? I want to say hash brown for some reason. But
Yeah.
let me think. Let me think this through. Yeah. I mean, I guess we would be like we'd just be like a hash brown because we're like a melding of three things like coming together and like just like putting out the best compressed version of what we love, kind of. And it's like simple, but like delicious.
I mean, hash browns are delicious if they're like if they're like if they're
I
made right. And I say
Yeah.
if they're made right by like if you go to a restaurant, they're made right. If you try to make it at home, they're gonna be soft and mushy, and it's you got to know
yeah, I
what
don't
you're
want
doing.
soft and mushy. Yeah.
It is so hard to make hash browns at home. I feel like
I like to cook, and I've never even I don't think I've tried to do hash browns, but
you'll have to let me know. Send pictures, or it didn't happen.
oh, I'm telling you, no, I don't I'm not claiming I could do it. Like I don't think I could do it.
he's like he's like, no, I can make hash browns. I can make them, and then like he tries, doesn't work out, but then he runs to a restaurant, like a friggin' Perkins or some sort of diner, gets hash browns, brings them home, takes a picture of it.
Hey,
Did
Puts
it,
them in the
homie?
pan.
I'll have my peppermint
Puts it in
lemonade.
the
It'll be all
pan. Yeah,
good.
it did it, guys. Did it.
Tell me I can't make hash browns.
Tell me. Uh, that's
That's really
awesome.
bad. Yeah,
All right, that's
I
it for
think that's
the
it.
food for thought segment. Potato questions, great. Now it's time for our rapid fire question segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
We talked about this earlier. It's all about heart for this segment. You're just gonna shoot from the hips, speak from the heart, shoot from the hips.
Lemon
Whatever,
sticks.
lemon sticks, whatever, like your
Lemons.
follow it. Follow your heart. Whatever it's telling you.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. Monster Energy or Rockstar?
Monster. Neither.
Neither
That also works.
neither's always an answer.
Celsius.
Yep, no
Celsius.
Celsius. Okay.
Currently.
Pop punk or emo?
Fuck. Emo, but like, god damn.
No buts. No buts.
That
Pop
is
punk
so
or
hard.
emo.
Oh my gosh. Ah. I hate that question. Both combined. Yeah, I mean, but like, yeah. Fuck, man. I mean, like, emo like has my heart, but like pop punk is like my foundation. But like, yeah. Damn, I've never been asked that one. That's like a hard question, man.
Well, this is our hard hitting journalism. It's our either or questions. That's
It'd be-
really what we're known for.
Emo has my heart. Yeah. I mean,
All right. Taylor Swift or John Mayer?
Taylor Swift.
Nice. Skinny jeans or baggy pants?
Skinny.
Disney Plus or Netflix?
Disney.
Stuffed crust or deep dish pizza?
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go with deep dish.
Vans or Chucks?
Jesus Christ. I guess Vans.
All right, this is our last one. The All American Rejects or the Offspring?
All American Rejects.
There you go. You did it. You finished the podcast.
Yeah, that
Proud
was
of you.
my hardest rapid fire segment I've ever done. Like seriously. I don't know if anybody's ever said that before, but like, yeah.
Oh, it usually at least one or two of them like stop a couple people's hearts. Each episode. It's we make sure to try and make the either or a difficult choice. At least one of them per person.
There were mostly difficult choices, but like you gotta go with one. Gotta go with the heart. Yeah.
Right. I think like the very first one we ever did, the number one was Blink 182 or Green Day.
Blink.
That was like and for a lot of people that was like really hard. Like, are you kidding me right now? Or we've done like My Chemical Romance or Fall Out Boy. That was also like
Fall Out Boy.
hurt people's hearts. But yeah, that's it, man. You did it. You finished the podcast. Now all that's left is let people know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Right on. Thank you for having me. Y'all are
Our
awesome.
pleasure.
Keep doing what you're doing. You can find us on socials at Free Friends Rock. All the socials, Spotify, just Free Friends. New EP, Sweet Nothing. We have a new song coming out next Wednesday at midnight called Goodbye and Good Night. So go ahead and pre-save that if you get to our link tree. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you ever need to talk or you just want to say what's up, and we respond to everybody eventually. Yeah, thanks for supporting, and hope to meet you guys out on the road here soon.
Hell yeah, Ben. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. It was awesome. It was a good time.
Thanks for having me.
I'm happy we were able to shed some light on a couple Maryland things
I appreciate it.
you need to be checking out. And incorporating into your daily life, apparently.
Apparently, yeah, I'm gonna go get some lemon sticks and snowballs when after we get off the call here.
Right on. All right, guys. Well, this has been another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? And we'll see you next Monday. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind-the-scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.